Hey guys, yours truly, Jimmy Williams again. I'm back with video number 2. I told you guys today I'd be doing a ton of videos because I'm trying to play catch up. It's been a long week. It's the middle of the week, but for me it's like a long one because I've been doing so many other projects. But I felt it was very important and wise for me to get this information over to you. And today I want to talk a little bit about the 7A loan, the power of getting that loan and what it can do for your business, you know, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, all right? I can't say this enough, guys, before I get started. The power of having good mentors and good leaders and people around you that know things and can do things or have access to things that you don't have. I've been blessed to have quite a few around me. And the information I'm going to share with you today, I'm basically just paying it forward because I want you to have it, to be able to take that information and use it to get to the next level, you know, and I think we all should do that. But this person, I met him not that long ago, really. I was searching for a guy, man or woman, who understood the laws, the tax laws, real estate, and tax laws with my other businesses that I have, because I got hit with a huge bill here in Georgia, you know, of a tax bill, well over $150,000. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to be able to hold on to some of those funds and not pay it out if I understood the laws right and if I were doing my taxes the correct way. And I found someone, guys, and he told me what I'm going to tell you now about the 7A loan and some other things about taxes. I'll talk about that in a moment, but it's critical that you find other resources and people that can do things that you can't do. Here we go. The 7A loan. Number one, I've been researching, trying to find ways to get funding into some of my partners' hands. Some of these guys, men and women, they want to buy multifamily property, buy and hold property and all that, and they don't have the resources to do it. And I said, let me just dig into this. And I'm trying to do it for myself. I'm trying to create wealth the right way. I'm trying to buy and hold, buy other businesses and all that. But you need the capital. You never want to use your own money, right? So after doing some due diligence, I talked to this gentleman. He said to me, Jimmy, number one, and you can read this and look this stuff up yourself. Number one, with the 7A loan, you have to find an agent that works with the SBA. Okay, you have to find an agent that works with the SBA to do the 7A loan, and that agent is going to recommend that you go through a bank, because that's basically what they do. They actually get you pre-qualified with a bank like Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, one of those banks. Those banks will fund you with the 7A loan, and the SBA will back that bank. So the bank's here, the SBA's here. You go to the bank funds you, the SBA funds them, or they back the loan through that bank. So you just can't go to the SBA and get the 7A loan. So some of you guys are doing it wrong. You have to go through, you know, an agent, and they will tell you the protocol, the steps to do that, and you have to fill out the application, pre-qualify and all that through them. They'll tell you the do's and don'ts. Number one. Number two, there's a lot of ways to get the funding, but there's a lot of ways there's a lot of things that don't qualify for this kind of funding. Let me just focus on what's the easiest way to get the money, okay? The easiest way to get the 7A money, and it's up to $5 million, sometimes more than that, depending on what you're doing. But it's if you want to buy into a proven system. They don't like to do too many. They do startups, but it's harder to get startups. From what I'm hearing, it's much harder to get money for startups than it is for a proven model, like buying a McDonald's or a Burger King, you know, or Subway, some kind of business model that's already proven. We know how McDonald's is already proven. You know, they have the real estate in certain areas. You know, they have certain foot traffic. They know it's going to be there. They already guesstimate the kind of money that's going to come in. So it's much easier to say, hey, listen, I want to buy a McDonald's. And you can do that. You have to be dedicated to it. You have to go to Hamburger University and all these things they tell you to do. And you have to put up 10%. Last time I checked, McDonald's is but basically to buy one, it's between $1 and $2 million, sometimes $1.5 to $2 million. It all depends on what kind of deal you get with that particular franchise in that location. But that's around about the number. So you're going to have to come up with about, $150,000 to $200,000 to close the deal. But there's a procedure to go through to do that. So McDonald's is very popular. There's a lot of other franchises. You can go and look up and see what you want to get into. There's financial franchises. There's all kind of hair product franchises you can get into. But it has to be a proven model where the SBA says, okay, that's gonna make money. We could back that loan. Or there are certain kind of service businesses like being a dentist, okay, or a psychologist or a doctor. Those are easy to get funded as well. They're very easy to get funded, even if it's a startup, because they understand demographics and they understand that professional with the right marketing and all of that, they're going to bring in a certain amount of foot traffic depending on where it is. All right. The ones that have a tough time getting funded are, you've been in business 1 or 2 years and you can't even, you're not even a product yet. You're just a product. You're not a brand yet. You're selling something online. You're selling it, from home, out of your garage, or you may have a storefront, and you haven't made 1,000 sales yet in 2 or 3 years. You might have made 200. They need to see a track record of you being able to make a certain amount of money over time consistently. Almost like when you go to Shark Tank. Those guys on Shark Tank, they look at all the people that come up there, and the first thing they'll ask them is, how long have you been in business? Okay, 5 years, okay. How many products have you sold? Well, not that many. Okay, well, you're not a company yet. You just have a product. You have to literally be a company that has made some profit, and been able to sustain that over time. So if you're not at that level, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get denied. All right? So focus on, I'm going to say this again, focus on proven models if you're going to get the 7A loan. All right? There's a whole different set of rules for real estate investors. I'm going to recommend that you guys focus on the 504 loan. That's another loan from SBA for people that have properties, multifamily properties, and that property is owner occupied. Those are the ones that you can get bigger amounts of money for. But 7A loan, you want to focus on just that one thing I just said, proven business models, okay? Companies that have a track record, all right? Now I always put McDonald's as a really good, tester, okay? Because they've been successful with their proven model, but there's many others, all right? I want you to succeed, all right? Many people are talking about the 7A loan, but they haven't done their due diligence on what works and what doesn't work. I don't want you wasting time. In closing, let's talk about taxes for a moment. My tax guy, this guy that was one of my mentors, this guy is awesome. I said, listen, sir, my number one goal is to create wealth with multifamily property. I said, I already buy businesses and things of that nature, but I want to diversify. He said, Jimmy, it's the best way to get, he said, listen to this. He said, with real estate, it's the best way to get the most taxes deducted than any other business. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, if you made $1 million a year business, if you have $1 million a year business with buying and selling computers, you make $1 million, you're going to have to pay back about over 30%, depending on what the state of Georgia is and the federal and all that, over 30% back. So you're going to have to pay back about $700. Well, you keep $700, but you're going to pay back about $300,000 plus. He said, but in real estate, if you buy a building and that building makes $1 million, he said there's a certain tax code and the way they write the laws with that, with the form 1031, I think he said. He said there's a way to structure it where instead of you paying $300,000 or $400,000 back on $1 million, that $1 million you made that year, you'll only pay about $20,000 to $30,000. That's what he told me. $20,000 to $30,000 on $1 million a year business with real estate, with a multifamily property. Hello? So you want to make sure that you be wise in your investing. That's why everybody's trying to get into multifamily property, real estate, and other parts of real estate, because the tax laws are governed to help you the most with real estate. All right? I hope you got something out of this. I didn't want to deter, but I wanted to throw that in there so you guys had it. But just to recap, 7A loans focus on nothing but proven models. Okay? Franchises, franchise. If you have a franchise idea, create that thing, put it together, get your business plan, or just buy another franchise. My wife and I are now looking into buying franchises because we think it's the way to go. All right? And with your taxes, real estate is the way to go to get the most discounts for taxes. All right? On to video number 3. I'll see you at the top. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching. See ya.